Let me tell you something. You're fake. I was a jit. All I thought that he was cute. In that battlefield with the word of God every single day. How do you know if you don't love someone anymore? How to be productive when mentally you're struggling. That's not your person. Be so freaking for real. Imagine your friend, right? Your friend is getting bullied. You just sit there like, if I was dating you, you're trying to get me in trouble. Let's retract. Rejection is protection. Hey. Welcome back. It's your girl Michelle and I'm back with another video. Come. Sit down, get your drinks, get your popcorn, get your sodas, get your coffee, whatever time of day it is, we need to talk. We're getting deep.
But I'll be on it always.
So a couple months ago, I actually asked my Instagram to send me a couple questions that they would like me to answer, whether that is faith-based questions or if it is just regular day-to-day questions about me that they like to know. I did 2 different posts and I got a lot of different questions. I'm very excited to get into them because some of them are really juicy and then some of them are a little personal, but we'll get into it. We're not going to talk too much. This intro is going to be very short. Starting off, I kind of want to moisturize my face because it's a little dry and I don't want to be looking ashy on this camera. So 1 second. All right, starting off strong because let's just get into it. No more talking. How did you and Oka meet? I was in 8th grade, he was in 9th grade, and I just remember we went to this after school program called Boys and Girls Club. He was walking with this other guy named Adrian. I remember I saw him and I was like, oh, he's cute. Like, he's cute. Nothing. I was a jit. All I thought that he was cute. I didn't like him at the time. I just thought that he was cute. And some way, somehow, we ended up having a conversation, and outside the gymnasium, we raced each other. I don't know how that happened. I don't know who asked who. I don't know if it was me or him, but I just remember we were racing each other, and it was really fun. And since then, we clicked, and we became really close friends for a very long time. Next question. I think they meant to say, what are your deal breakers and non-negotiable when it comes to men? I kind of want to speak on this in 2 different perspectives. 1, me prior to dating Oka, and then 2, me in a relationship with Oka. Things that I've learned. Prior to dating Oka, one thing I never, ever respected is men who call girls out of their names. Either if that's the B word, the H word, calling a girl a C-U-N-T. I don't mess with that. I just think that's disrespectful, and I feel like men who don't have control over their tongue, it says a lot about you. You're not disciplined because you can't control your mouth. I don't care if men cuss, but in that aspect, when you're speaking to your girl, like, I'm not gibbet. Let's retract. Let's start over. Let's wash it off with some soap. I also don't respect men who beat on women. Obviously, I think that's a big thing. Even if it's like a joke, like, obviously, like, you can play fight and stuff like that, but when men literally will like shove their girls, you know, I did not respect that. Another deal breaker for me was men who don't prioritize spending time, quality time, not just time, but quality time with their girlfriends. Like, what do you mean you don't want to hang out? Like, we don't hang up all the time. Like, if you want to, like, we can. I don't have no problem with that. But if you can't space out time, especially when you're like dating young, I know a lot of guys, like, they prioritize like being with their guy friends all the time. It's like, are they? Let me keep my mouth shut. Just tell me if you're doing the men thing. Just all in all, like, I seriously just think that like men who don't prioritize their girlfriend, like, you can't even take your girlfriend on a date. Even if it's free, like, we can go to the park. I don't care. I just need prioritization when it comes to a relationship. Switch over perspectives. When I got into a relationship, prior to being in a relationship, I didn't mind girl best friends. Getting into a relationship, actually, Oka made me notice that it didn't really make sense to have a guy best friend, because I actually had a guy best friend before dating Oka, and while dating him, I had to cut that person off because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. At the end of the day, a guy is a guy, and if you were to ask that same guy if they wanted to sleep with you, they would say yes. It's very rarely that you find a guy who truly just wants to be your best friend. So getting into a relationship with Oka, I realized, like, girl best friends, guy best friends, people of the opposite sex being friends, and like you having your own communications on the side, it's just no need for that because I still see a point in it. You don't need one. Next, men who can't lead. That's a deal breaker. Again, Oka and I dated really young, so obviously, like, oh my god, I'm not even doing any makeup. Sorry, y'all. Like, what you mean you don't have a relationship with God? What you mean you don't pray? You're doing things on your will? Like, you're not getting, you know, that connection, that talk, that download from God telling you what you need to do? Because at the end of the day, y'all, men who can't lead will lead you to destruction. That don't have vision, like, you don't even have to have money at the time, because Oka and I are very young. Like, we're only 22. We started dating at 17. But if you don't have a vision, that's an ick. Next actually said this question, which is really funny, but I'm gonna answer it because it's funny. It's not funny actually, but it's like tricky. If your man and your boyfriend both needed a kidney at the same time, who would you give yours to? Oh my god, that's so hard. I'd give them both my kidneys, but I can only give them one because I only have two and I need one. Like, yo, wait, hold on. Let me think. My boyfriend's gonna be like, wow, it's that hard. I would like to ask him the same question. Would you give it to your best friend or would you give it to me? Okay, be quiet. Okay, can we say it like this? If it was my husband and my best friend, I feel like that's more like, if it was that way, I definitely give it to my husband. I knew Lourdes for like my whole life, and my boyfriend, I knew him for like almost my whole life. So it's like kind of hard, and I kind of love him. So I don't know. Next, that's a good question though. Let me ask them first, and then I'll come back to you with that answer because baby, you trying to get me in trouble. Somebody asked me, what makes you love your person? And I love this question because I can talk about my man all day. The reason why I love Oka is because he is so caring about everyone. If you've ever met Oka or ever had a chance to be friends with Oka, whatever it was, he loves people down. Loyalty is a word you can use on that man because if he is loyal to you, he is loyal to you. I just think that his heart is so pure, and that is what makes me love that man. Like, his love for God is something that I admire to get to. Anyways, next question. Okay, somebody asked me, how do you stay positive through your storms? Now, baby, this is a really good season to ask me this question. I have been going through a lot of financial issues recently because of a job loss. I've had this happen to me before where when I first moved to Orlando, I didn't have a job for like 4 months. And during that time, my faith was low. I was stressed out. I was deprived of like energy. I was always so tired. And I realized for me, what helped me was God. I'm not trying to be like this Christian girly who's always like, God this, God that, but literally God. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have made it then and I wouldn't have made it now. But the only difference is now I'm less stressed, I have more faith, and because of that I have more peace. I feel like some people, like when they're stressed out, they sometimes close their doors to people, and what I would say is open them up. If I did the same thing I did in 2022 where I didn't like to talk to people, I didn't go out to make friends, I literally stayed in my room all the time, y'all. I was so depressed. I had no faith, and when you have no faith, you have no hope. That's why it's important to have faith, because faith gives you hope. Even though God provided for me then and I didn't have to worry about my bills, somehow my bills got paid, but I was stressed through it. Now my bills have been getting paid and I've been stressed free, baby. Read your word. When you're stressed out, when you read something positive or you listen to positive music, that's another thing. When you're stressed, the way to stay positive is allowing yourself to be in positive arenas, in positive spaces. That's why it's not good to close out. Like if you close out, all that you're thinking about is what is in your mind, what your mind is telling you about yourself, what your mind is telling you about your situation. But when you're going out and doing things that with people that are also positive, you immediately attach to their energy, and it's amazing. And I think that's why God gave us community. Go to church, read your word, pray, but don't sit in silence and sorrow on your issues. Like sitting in silence and borrowing your issue, it doesn't get you anywhere. Get up. It's hard, and I get that. Sometimes it's hard to even get up to take a shower. Sometimes it's hard to even like make yourself a meal. I've been there. But guess what? It was a terrible season for me. And now God gave me the same test. That's so good. God will give you the same test to see how you overcome it, and then boom, he'll bless you. Like, y'all, trust God. God has favor. Next question. So these are more like faith-based questions, and so like I'm excited to answer them. So somebody asked me courtship versus being a boyfriend and a girlfriend relationship. Okay, the thing is, it's the same thing. You're still in a relationship even when you're in a courtship, but the difference is it's more intentional. I never got into relationships just to get in a relationship. If I was dating you, it's because I saw something in you. I'm not gonna date you just to date you. Are you crazy? What time am I wasting? Not mine. Being in an intentional courtship, is each day physically getting better and better, so that one day when you do decide to get into a marriage, it's fruitful. And I don't want to sound like it's like a get and, you know, but it's also a get and give. It's not just a get, but it's a get and give. What can I get from you and what can I give to you? If I can't get anything from you, what's the point? What's fruitful out of that? I'm sorry, y'all, I can't multitask, do my makeup and talk. I'm trying, but like, come on, what is fruitful about sitting down with somebody, laying in the bed together, going on dates, and ain't nothing fruitful about it? Like, no, baby. Like, I think courtship is like intentional, while just dating is just dating. People do it and it's okay if you do. Like, there's no problem with it. It's just not for me. Before I answer this next question, let me do my eyebrows, because baby, if I do it on camera, it ain't gonna look good. All right, so they're a little thick, but it's okay because we're gonna conceal them. All right, so next question. It's a two-part question. So the first part of the question is, why did you give your life to Christ? And the second part is, why do you choose to believe in him? So for the first part, why did I give my life to Christ? God is the only person who has got me out of a situation that I didn't even know I could get out of. I think it was 2021 or 2020, I can't remember. And I attempted to take my life. I don't know why I never remember the year, but I just remember the day. The day was November 1st. I literally thought my life was over. I feel like I'm gonna share that story a little bit more in detail on my podcast. And the way I attempted, I was not supposed to survive. At least, I didn't think I was supposed to survive. And the fact that God allowed me to wake up the next day is the reason why I gave my life to Christ. I prayed to God to take away this pain that I was feeling. And everything that I tried to fill that pain with, it was temporary. No matter if that was drugs, no matter if that was people, friendships, everything didn't work. Partying, all of it, it didn't work. The only person who was able to take me out of the pit of hell and the pain that I was feeling was Jesus Christ. The only person. The only thing I owe him is my life. Most people who do stuff like that don't wake up the next day. And I did. Somebody said healing with Jesus. You have to allow him in. If you don't allow God to heal you, if you don't allow a space for you to be able to be healed, you won't be healed. I remember during that time when I was crying to Jesus, telling him, like, please just take this pain away. Like, it's terrible. I can't bear it anymore. And it wasn't until I fully surrendered that I was able to heal. It wasn't until I truly forgave those around me that I was able to heal. And it's gonna be the same thing for a lot of people. It might happen in a different way, but if you can't fully surrender, how do you expect yourself to heal? If you're holding on to past traumas, past hurt that people gave you, I get it, but like, if you want to heal, you gotta let it go. If your father hurt you, right? And in your heart, you really want to forgive this person, so you say that you forgive them. And you think that you've forgiven them. Say you haven't seen them in years, and you think that you've forgiven them. But then they text you, and in your heart, you feel angry, and in your heart, you feel hurt, sad. At that same moment, you have to ask God to help you forgive that person again. Forgiving somebody truly is you are able to say hi, bye. You don't have to have a relationship. That's not forgiveness. That doesn't mean you have to go be friends with that person or have a relationship with that person if you don't want to. But true forgiveness is being able to see that person and being like, hey, being cordial, being cool. That's true forgiveness. So do you really truly forgive somebody? And until you do that, you won't be able to heal inside. Because if somebody's bothering you and they're always on your mind, you're not focused on your alignment. You're not focused on this alignment. You're focused on that alignment. Therefore, that trauma is still there. So that's what I would say. Healing with Jesus is like, it's a process. It doesn't all happen at one time. It's a process. The next question is modesty, dying to flesh, finding your identity in Jesus, and true love. This is a lot of questions in one. So we're gonna go one by one. Modesty. Okay, I don't really understand modesty quite yet, so I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. The way I've seen people talk about modesty is you can't be out here with a crop top, you can't be out here with booty shorts, and etc, etc. And I definitely get that, but I'm not there yet. If I was walking out with some booty shorts up where you can see my ass cheeks, do you think that's actually like appropriate in Jesus Christ's kingdom? Doesn't mean that, oh, just because you become a Christian, you have to fix everything. I can't stand when people do that. Like, you just became a Christian. And people are like, you have to do this. Give them a second to breathe. They just entered the kingdom. Like, for me, with modesty, is it something that I want to get to? Yes. But am I there yet? No. Next question, dying to flesh. Baby, I am still dying, okay? I am not there yet either. I think on my Instagram when I talk about like Jesus and stuff, people immediately think that I'm like this perfect Christian when baby I'm not at all. He's still working on me and that is okay. I think dying to flesh is a daily decision. I think dying to flesh is putting on the armor of God and saying no to the devil every single day. It's getting in that battlefield with the word of God every single day. Cause baby, there's times when I be looking at my man, I'm like, damn, you looking real good right now. I have to die to my flesh because we know we can't be doing stuff like that. It's a daily decision, y'all, and it's hard. There are times when I feel angry. It's not just about sex and masturbation and all that. It's about being kind, not cussing somebody out when they get you mad, like not cussing your boss out when he gets you mad, like not getting in the paint with somebody because you want to fight them. That's dying to your flesh too. Finding your identity in Jesus Christ. I think the way you can do that is reading your word. You can't identify yourself with Jesus if you don't even know his word. And this is something I struggled with, guys. Like I struggled bad. Y'all be talking while y'all spraying your face? How? You can't identify yourself with something that you don't even know, right? Imagine saying you're somebody's friend, but you don't even be talking to them. That's crazy, don't you think? And once again, I struggle with that daily. I forgot to read my word today. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm going to. Just, you need to spend time with somebody to identify yourself with that specific person. I don't know if that's the right answer to it, but that's what I got. True love. I don't even know how to answer this question. I don't know what they're asking specifically, to be honest. Like, what's true love, I guess? I am gonna assume that you're asking like how to find true love, or how do you know it's true love? If they're bringing you to Christ. And it's crazy because I feel like people are gonna be like, oh my God, what about the people that are not Christian? Da, 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 da. Let me tell you something. If that person isn't leading you in the right direction, acting out of character, that's not your person. You don't even have to make it biblical. If that person is not elevating you in any kind of way, let's retract and reread the room. Because like, what? If you're not moving forward and you keep moving backwards, if they're always arguing with you for no reason, like their arguments are gonna happen no matter what, but you can tell when an argument is stupid and when they're a narcissist. Be so freaking for real. But true love is just somebody who's there for you and accounts for you and allows you to grow and helps you grow in ways that is good for you and vice versa. But something I learned recently is like you need to outserve your partner, and that's how you truly love somebody. I feel like I've been on the same step for like the longest time, like Jesus. So it says, how do you keep God in everything you do? It's allowing God to be in every aspect of your life and every choice that you make. Talk to him. Like he wants to talk to you, but he's a gentleman. He's not gonna intrude. He just wants you to come to him. He real cool. Somebody asked me, what's the hardest part about being Christian? And I have an amazing answer for this. For me, it's talking about him to people who don't know him. I literally sat to myself and I was like, people talk about their sex life, their political views, they talk about what they believe in. And I'm like, people give their opinions on everything. But when it comes to God, it's like, no, silence. Like, one thing about me, I'm not gonna push my faith and my love for God on nobody, but I'm gonna talk about him.
That's my opinion!
It's like God is not afraid to stand in the forefront for you, so why are you scared to stay in the forefront for him? How that makes sense? And I got so mad at myself for that. Like when I realized that, I was like, wow, Michelle, like you're fake, you're fake. A good scenario, imagine your friend, right? Your friend is getting bullied and you just sit there like, I don't know her. Oh, no, me, I don't know her. You can go beat her up. What? That's what we're doing to God every single day we decide to deny him. You know what's crazy? I used to get mad at Peter for denying him 3 times, but I'm doing it every day. Oh, eat me up. Damn, Michelle, you just ate yourself up right now in front of the camera. Next, these are more like girl questions, and like some of them are for guys too if you want to listen. How to be productive when mentally you're struggling. This happens to me every month basically. Like there's times where I am mentally just not there. In those moments, I have to remember my future. If you stay in that bed doing nothing and time goes by, guess what? Nothing is still getting done. And if nothing is getting done, your future is not progressing. A lot of times, sometimes I wake up in the morning and all I want to do is just lay in bed and just relax. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can have days like that, but every single day is crazy. And I used to do that for weeks and weeks. I wake up, be in my bed, doom scroll, go on YouTube, watch TikToks, Instagram, Reels, etc. And nothing was getting done. And that was breaking me apart, literally breaking me. The way that I think about it is remember how you felt when things got done. Remember how you felt when you came out that gym. Like going to the gym is hard, but when you leave, you feel so good. Making that meal for yourself is hard, but the way your body feels after you nourish it is so good. Getting that vlog done, making vlog content sometimes is hard, but when you see your creation on YouTube and you're enjoying the edit and you're like, wow, that's beautiful, I really love content creating, that's beautiful. What I'm getting at is you need to choose your heart. Speaking things over your life. I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm productive, I'm a well communicator, I get things done when they need to be done. Doing stuff like that, it helps you, it really does. So clock it. All right, so the next question is how to make genuine impressions. So when you find out, let me know. Next question, what are your thoughts on friendship hurt versus relationship hurt? I don't really need to separate them two. I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like some people will say like you don't have to deal with one more than you have to deal with other, which is cap. I mean, if it's like your husband, I guess it's different, but like if it's like boyfriend or girlfriend or friend, I think that's the same damn thing. Communicate. Somebody asked, how do you know if you don't love someone anymore? I feel like if you're asking yourself that question, I don't think you love them anymore. And if that person's not for you, it's not for you, and that's cool. If you're asking yourself that question, you already gave yourself the answer. Okay, somebody asked me thoughts on saving yourself until marriage. Saving yourself for marriage is such a beautiful thing, and it's talked a lot in the Bible. If you do, congrats to you. One thing about it is like sharing yourself with so many people is so dangerous sometimes, because you have to remember, like, you're not just having sex, you're sharing energies. Soul ties can be formed. That person's energy might be like pushed onto you. You might sense yourself being angry sometimes because that person's like angry energy is on you now. Saving yourself for marriage is very important, especially when it comes to faith-based like topics, but not everybody does, and that's everybody's different opinions. I think you should judge somebody who doesn't? No. Do I think that you should judge somebody who does? No. It's hard, I know. I know, it's hard. One of the last questions, I think I'm gonna answer this, two more, but I don't really know if I really wanna answer the other one. But it's how to get over rejection. I feel like this is such an easy just saying. Rejection is protection. And also, rejection is redirection. Take that as it is. For me, I never really dealt with like rejection in the sense of like, feeling so, they rejected me, they don't want my friend. I don't care. Like what? So it's okay, guys. Rejection is protection. There's no need to like sit and pout and reminisce and etc. Like for what? That's not your husband, move on. Or that's not your person. Like it's okay. I'd be happy if people left my life because that means I'm moving on to better things. That's the end of like the questions that I am going to be answering. I just hope that like this helped y'all in some certain way because it definitely helped me. I definitely clocked myself in a couple of these questions. I honestly love this and I hope I can do another one. I'm probably gonna do one when I hit like 500 subscribers. Just remember that at the end of the day, like God has got you through it all. Like talk to him, and I hope like this Q&A helped some people get some answers on something that they had questions about, and also getting to know me a little bit more. Like I don't know if I answered a lot of questions about myself, but I hope you know, like you enjoy this vlog and hopefully you'll come back because you just love seeing my face and hearing my voice. Just remember to show up for yourself every single day. Don't allow people to just step all over you. Like get up and get your bag. Don't rot in your bed and do nothing all day. Like go and hit a run, go to the gym, go eat some fresh food, give your body some nourishment, and you know, just live your life and really truly enjoy it. And there's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing that I cannot do. I hope you guys really enjoyed this Q&A, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Comment what questions were your favorite and what did you get out of this video. I hope you guys have a great night, a blessed night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.